the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, the Dark Chameleon. Peace to the Listen, check it, yo. It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior visionary. But when I speak this truth, I feel like nobody hears me. Every once in a while, I get sight to someone blind, floating on the globe in the heliocentric lie. Dilate your pupils the more you open your eyes. The truth is sitting in plain sight like a disguise. Until my mother's death is revenge, I won't feel satisfied. It haunts me when I think about the phone call when she died. A river worth of tears shed from my eyes. So I looked up at the sky and I asked God why. It's been 21 years, I'm still waiting for a reply. Since birth I've been at war to attack our undeveloped minds. Indoctrination camps making us dumb, deaf and blind. I'm always thinking solutions, we are running out of time. The dirty witchcraft is weak, I see through all the lies. I clearly analyze all the symbols and the signs. When I connect dots, the truth starts to align. The people are the power, you can never eclipse my shine. I say the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. They say hell burns and there's a one-way ticket for me. You create your heaven or hell whether or not you believe. I'm God and Satan, I have to balance out my chi. One day these seeds I plant will bloom so you can be all you can be. Never give up and always hold your head high, cause you are God, there's no need to look to the sky.
Huh. That's weird. What the hell does it do that for? Very interesting. Oh, what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe.
What the?
How's it going, bro?
Chilling. I went live late today.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Oh, so I've just jumped in the live. Hey, everyone.
No one's here yet. Well, it is one person, but I don't know who it is.
Okay. I've slept in today. Like at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
11 o'clock and I've only just got out of bed.
Maybe you needed it.
My back's been bloody shit, bro. I have. My bloody back needed it.
Remember that day, Dean, we were talking about the root systems are the old Titan root systems are now like cave systems and they mined them out. Well,
yep.
I watched this video I'm about to play real quick. It ain't long. It's by Divergent. He's saying the same thing.
Yeah, I just watched it. I just watched it. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Oh, good, bro. I'm gonna play this real quick. It's only like 8 minutes long, and then
no, that's what I like about his videos, bro. They're so short and they're very concise, you know.
And then we'll talk about it, I guess, and go over a few things I got. But yeah, let me just play this real quick to get it out of the way. I figure I'm going to do videos in the beginning so people don't have to sift through the live and find them. It'll be right off the bat.
Yeah.
The name of it is Caves Are Root Systems of Ancient Giant Trees. And that's good he's talking about that, because even the sand, if you look it up, sand is... But sand is definitely
basically
mostly... It's mostly... what's that shit called?
Like the crumbs of the silicon tree.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's mostly silicon, yeah. The sand.
To me, it's like the crumbs that was left over.
Yeah. From cutting it.
To me, they mined all the big stuff. Right. To me, they mined all the big stuff, and what we see as sand is just the crumbs of what's left. Right.
Peace, mind's eye. All right, let me play this real quick. Oh.
The earth, are those supposed to be places that were... We have carbon roots and we have silicon roots, or the earth. Now these are the forests we have today, and this is like the previous days. We also have like the silicon cave root system and the carbon-based root system. You know, like the trees underneath, they have these root systems. How about the caves underneath the earth? Are those supposed to be places that were like before? They were like this, unmined caves. So like the roots of the trees, because it's silicon based, and the giant trees were silicon based, and then in all these spaces we call caves underneath, now they're empty because the places that were mined by our humanity and the previous humanities now are empty. But the places which are not mined, they have these underground root-based systems. It makes sense. It's exactly the same as today. If you go to the forest and you take out all the trees with the roots, and the earth remains like with those empty tunnels, right? Empty tunnels, empty earth tunnels. The problem is the empty earth tunnels, they crumble because it's earth faster than the mined caves, because the caves are solid rock, so they stay like that, and that's why you have all these labyrinthic cave system underneath. So back before in the day, everything was giant mega supreme trees with their roots underneath the earth, and now those roots were mined and exterminated for the what, but we still have lots of mines which are not exterminated, like plenty more than the ones exterminated, and they're full of these stones, and that's what we use like, how do you call like those the special things we use in our industry. So we need gold and everything else to for the system, for the industry. Now when we speak about machine processed, look, the word ancient quarry, desert wasteland. Sand is composed of mainly silicon dioxide in the form of quartz. Well, so is sand just the result of this machine processing major super industry heavy stuff from a previous human species? I don't know if this is like an axe or not, but it sure looks like one. But anyway, so when you see places like the deserts, right? They call them wonders of nature. But then you see the perfect cuts in the stone. Many of these places actually look like melted buildings, but some of them, they look so perfectly cut, as if like you have like this saw machine, and you clear indication of rocks being cut in the rock. Just like this guy here, our superhumans, they cut the tree like this. But then we have the trees cut. Poor trees, they were cut, all of them. And then before, you just saw, well, the wonders of nature. And now you put the glasses on, you see, by the ancient gods, ancient quarry, machine processing, what kind of machines they had, the previous human species. And then you see the desert wastelands, and you see a quarry, and you say, oh, wait a minute, sand is silicon dioxide in the form of quartz. And then you go back to the to the silicon-based trees and the caves, you say, by the ancients of the ancients, before the ancients. Who was before the ancients? And now that we know about the vibes of cosmos maps and the moon being the X-ray map of the Earth, this gives you a whole new perspective and purpose, right? So the questions are more than before, but more complex and more profound. And then you have your typical, well, we call it the Petrified Forest National Park in the States, in the USA. It's one of the examples, but this is like one of the things, you know, we have there in the middle of nowhere. This is quartz, by the way, quartz in the sense of like petrified. So this shows you a totally, completely different life form. Now, seeing what happened in this world, it could be that there's like both life forms of silicon and both the use of a technology that could create a life form that was before, just same as today. It could petrify it because it can be done with technology as well, I guess. I don't know, because I don't know what technology the other human species has. It's difficult to assess.
Recently,
because we have
Is
no documents, no photos. But I do like this whole thing. This whole thing gives me a new perspective, right? Because until now, whenever I would look at the basalt rocks, I would know that they're not lava based and not magma based. I know that they're not wind and water erosion, but I never thought about thinking of the root system. All these caves we have underneath, we actually know, even science says, the earth underneath, underground, is full of caves. There's so many caves everywhere. So makes sense. If the world was full of trees, those gigantic trees have gigantic root systems. So who knows how many of these mines we could mine and have resources. This is just like the oil, the black gold, right? The oil, it's infinite because it's like something like it's like part of the earth itself. It's a mineral and there's no end to it. So we could just use petrol and oil until the end of ends. And we don't need any it's awesome if we had the chance and if they would allow us to live with electricity like before. But even if we would not be allowed to live like the previous human species with the ether and the electricity, just using oil, we would have so much oil, it would be free for everybody, and your car is free, and your bills are free, and everything is free, and you wouldn't have to pay anything. But like the well, the people who get orders from above in in the world say things have to be expensive and resources have to be out to live like the previous human species with the ether and the electricity. Just using oil, we would have so much oil, it would be free for everybody, and your car is free, and your bills are free, and everything is free, and you wouldn't have to pay anything. But like the well, the people who get orders from above in in the world say things have to be expensive and resources have to be scarce, and I say, okay, now I understand my purpose in life. I have to be, well, like there was a previous photo in the previous video showing the working DEAD, just like from the TV series, the walking DEAD.
At Amica Insurance,
DEAD, now the working DEAD. So sad. So I hope you enjoyed. Remember, this is like just for you to understand, but the Devil Tower is only one of many examples. Okay, the world is full, just like I've showed you before in the previous video. I don't have the basalt columns now here, but the whole world pretty much is we live on the corpses of giant trees. Now, where does this put the previous human species of 200, 300 years ago that built all these imperial buildings that we have with domes and with free energy ether? I don't know. They came afterwards. Is the apocalypse very recent, even with this case, or not? How long does it take for a human species which is superior in technology to create a world like this and leave it in a wasteland and leave the deserts? Because how many deserts we have in this world? So I don't know how to put into places. I do understand now the vibes of cosmos epochs on the map, but those epochs, they occur naturally with the displacement of the magnetic pole. So the question is, were these places with the trees and with the stuff we have today, what we call natural wonders, which are just like the devastation of the world and the mesas and everything, is this from the previous ice age, or was this world like this before in the ice age as well? So this is probably maybe like thousands and thousands of years ago. So we had like an ice age here, and the ice age covered all of this, and this was already destroyed. Maybe this world was destroyed many thousands of years ago, before the ice age, like when we're just like one speck of dust, like they say, right, in this whole of history. Because when you see vibes of cosmos and you understand the moon map and everything else, you can ask the question how to put chronologically everything in place, and it's pretty much impossible. What we do understand is that we are 150 years old, 200 years old, according to the previous humanity that had these buildings of the empire. And now you know this, which is this, to be honest, is even more impressive, like 100 or 1,000 times more impressive than everything we know about the old buildings and the free electricity. And vibes of cosmos together with this is like way beyond, right? So yeah, I hope it makes more sense. A photo is more than 1,000 words. And now remember the caves. The caves, these are like the natural caves, but then the caves constructed by our human species or the previous human species, where we have like the levitation, electromagnetic trains, and the underground systems. So thanks for watching. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good video.
It was.
It makes me think about the Ice Age and the Ice Age, and the other one was called. They said there was diseases. What was that called? The Dark Ages, or yeah, the Dark Ages and the Ice Age. I think were right after this apocalypse, because trees, to me, trees make more heat, and all these big trees getting cut down changed the weather for sure, and probably created snow and the cold air. You know, I mean, look at jungles. The sunlight barely gets through some of the jungle parts, and yet it's hot. I think this heat, where the sun travels, there's something magnetic keeping it in its circuit all the time. The sun don't go beyond
It's
certain
definitely.
boundaries. You know what
Well,
I
the thing
mean?
is that it's encapsulated between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn.
Right. Those are the two I could never think of. Capricorn and Cancer, you said, right?
And Cancer, yeah. And the thing is, it only. I mean, I think I'm in the region they call the Tropic of Capricorn. And I think the northern hemisphere, what they call the northern hemisphere, is the Tropic of Cancer. But if you have a look on the world map and you find out where the equator is, you can actually see that the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn are both 200 miles north of the equator or 200 miles south. So you can basically say that in that 400-mile region, that's the region that the sun flows in, right? But greater north than 200 miles north of the equator by the Tropic of Cancer, that's as far as it goes. It doesn't go any further north, and it doesn't go any further south than, or so-called south, I call it across to the Tropic of Cancer, and that's it. Whether it's done so in a previous time before, whether there's been extended lots, whether it's gone 400 or 600 miles either side, we don't know. We only know that it's either 400 miles, it's 200 miles one side or 200 miles the other side now. But who's to say that in that time that he's talking about, that there may have been, when the trees were seen to be showing to grow, you know, like that, they call about the Giant's Causeway in Ireland, where they've got basalt columns, which to me is giant trees. They just call them volcanic bloody columns, but they're not. They're actually the fibers from a giant tree, and these basalt columns are in Ireland. Now, for me, I believe that it's just that we have been, I don't know, it's like we're being shut down. It's like the sun does not get to where it used to, because there are definite signs to me that there were trees in Antarctica at one time, right? There were trees in New Zealand here that, to me, the sun got further out. Somehow the sun has been repressed, not, you know, it's been constricted. Anyway, I'll leave it there at the moment. Yeah. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
looking at this. I was reading this too and listening to this. Look, I love looking at things like this. It says the sun moves. I'm reading this right here. The sun moves from Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn, and it's obvious that the sun doesn't change its direction. They also forget to add the analemma. It kind of moves like a roller coaster, I think. And then this dude, you know, you get people like this. No, it does not. The Earth's axis remains in the same direction, at least ignoring long-term effects. It says, however, the Earth is also revolving around the sun. Thus, if you take the center of the Earth in June and the center of the sun and draw a line through them, the line will intersect the Earth at different latitudes. Tropic of Cancer in June and Tropic of Capricorn in December.
To me, that's all make believe, Chuck. That's make believe, because you're aligning two things and making something out of something that isn't, right?
You know, I think these people are getting.
You could take a child's bloody drawing of two round circles and say that one's the sun and this one's the earth, and the child's got it right. You know?
I think we are on some sort of magnet, or because there is metals and quartz crystals and all this stuff in the earth. And then there's gases high up, and there's gases, thicker, heavier gases, you know, lower. There's all sorts of shit going on. Electrical currents, electromagnetic energy is everywhere. Static electricity, you got all types of shit going on with you know, the magnet as you see in this picture. I don't know if y'all can see it yet, but the sun stays in between those two barriers, I think, because maybe on each side of those barriers it's either the opposite magnet, which keeps it from going any further. You know, it bounces in between, and it's movement. Excuse me. There's something that keeps it in that, you know, that barrier, man. So all the way in this journey. I mean, other than that, the sun would go everywhere. You know, what's keeping it in its you know, keeping it going north and south or left and right or whatever, and staying in that fucking path.
Fully. I mean, for me, it's got to be a magnetic field. You know, like you look at static electricity. You comb your hair with a plastic comb. You can put it near water, and it'll shift the water's movement. So we know there's got to be some kind of static energy working that pushes and pulls water. Whether, I mean, magnetic, it has to be some kind of like magnetism built out of some kind of motion. And to me, it's not I don't think the earth feel like, okay, you got the sun and the moon. They are two objects that are turning. They are both going clockwise. So the field of even static magnetism would have to be applicable. You'd have to be, you know, some kind of field would have to be built up from two, even if they were just plasma balls. If wind was to continually turn in one direction, the bloody earth would have a whirlpool in the middle of it, right?
I think it does.
Yeah, I don't think wind actually travels in one direction, though, because it comes from all four corners. Or, well, it comes from different
Well, I
quarters.
think the hold on. Let me get back to the
I mean, the tide always comes in from the east. That's because the sun comes from the east. The moon comes from the east.
come on. What's this? Yep, sometime today. Fuck. What is this? A
Sometime
1988
today would be good.
Yeah, I know. Screw it. See ya.
If I fall off the bloody program, bro, it's only because I'm on limited battery at the moment. I've brought it out and I've plugged it into my my solar power unit because it just wasn't charging on the bloody electricity, supplied electricity. So I brought it out to my supply.
Anyway, we seen.
Yeah. So what's your question on Divergence video, Chuck?
Oh, it was good. It felt good to see other people have the same, you know, open mind as we do, and really sit there and look at things from all the angles, and you know, put things together like that. What you know, what I don't remember when I heard about these Titan trees, but I know I seen the pictures of them. It was Devil's Tower and a regular tree stump, and I said, "Holy shit, man!" My mind was like, and then my mind goes wild. I started thinking about the, you know, coal is just old tree, and it all started to make sense to me. And I started thinking about, when they cut these trees down, the roots are gonna rot out, or they get mined out, and those could be huge fucking tunnels and caves, and yeah, it's the people that are stuck on the globe spinning and flying around,
yeah,
and they're
when you
lost.
look at the erratic shapes that some of these coal mines take and gold mines and that, right? And they creep along like, they change, they chop and change. I mean, you can hold up a piece of raw gold and it's about, say, several centimeters round, but well, maybe maybe a centimeter round and several centimeters long. But the thing is, it doesn't have the shape of what we can consistently think of would be a nice root. But if you go underground and have a look at where roots go, if you were like a root, you were following the fertile soil, and the fertile soil fell between two cracks in the rock, the fertile soil, the roots would follow that fertile soil, no matter what the shape of that crack was in the rock, right? And they would take on the shape of that crack in the rock because they're following the trail of nutrients. They don't even. I mean, I've got a bloody root system here. I think I've shown this one before online. But this bloody piece of root system I've got, it's got rocks in it, right? I'll put my camera on. Come on, camera. Today'd be good. There we go. Okay. I don't know if anybody can see that. But that is the shape of a root system. All right. It's not a regular shape, is it? Right? It's all sorts of different object shapes going in all different directions, but following the fertile root. And even down here, look at that, where my thumb is. Those are actually stones. There's a stone.
Some of them turn to crystals too. Yeah. Roots will grow through anything. I've seen roots grow through fences. Oh, you're freezing up.
And that is that's just a root system. Bugger it. If I fall off, bro.
Damn, that's shit. You pulled that whole root out?
No, it was come off the side of a river. It was growing out the bank of a river. Yeah. And I always find things like that. I got an eye for things like that, Chuck. I'll turn the camera off, probably make it a lot easier.
Yeah, vortexes. That's what I wanted to say, is at the center, like a vortex of energy.
Yeah, I feel like it's a vortex. I mean, our winds, our predominant wind here in New Zealand is the westerly wind, a sou'wester at that. And so basically I feel like our wind is brought in from Antarctica, the big circle on the outside, not the bloody Antarctica, the island that they talk about. So yes, I feel like the wind comes in from the outside and is always heading to the center. So there's got to be some kind of vortex there for that to happen, I feel. And I mean, the sun comes up from the comes towards us from the east and leaves on the west, and it's in our northern sky, which means it's coming from the Tropic of Capricorn. You know, Chuck, an interesting conversation that was brought up to me on Facebook years ago. As a guy said to me, is that if we understood where we really were in time, like say, are we really in the Tropic of Capricorn and Cancer? Is the sun really traveling through those, or is it traveling through, say, Aries and what was the other one? Taurus, right? Now that was given to me on the premise that that the Earth shifts through all the zodiac signs, and that the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer were in the time when the Earth was centered around Aries.
Yeah, Aries is that's supposed to be the first constellation, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So if you have Aries as your first constellation, what would the two tropics be that are north of it and south of it? I feel like
I don't know what would be north and south of it. Aries was the first month. It would be May.
Taurus. I feel Taurus.
So yeah, Taurus. Yeah, you're right. Taurus.
So the next one.
Yeah.
So I feel like we are actually in a different timeline to what they give us. And I tried to line this up with the a friend of mine and I were on Messenger, and we were doing the moon's reflections. We were showing the moon's reflections of the Earth, and we were showing the different quarters of the zodiac sign. And we could almost say that the what's the name of that clock? The clock in the Prague clock actually had all that in it before it got broken by the bombing in the Second World War or the First World War. I'm not sure, one of them. But I believe that Prague clock was a precise showing not only of our position in time, but also our position on the greater Pangea of what Adrian shows in his series, you know?
Yeah, I missed his show yesterday.
The moon is the great. Yeah, I missed it too. I missed it too. But I've gone back and had a look. I was just watching it when you buddy sent the stream. So I just finished replying to him when you sent the stream link. I feel we are in a massive crater, which is an eye. We possibly are in the bird's eye. There's a lot of references to birds in this world. Bird's eye view. The eye in the sky.
Yeah, the eye in the sky
you know?
is a fucking camera.
Yeah, but it's also eagles. I mean, they got a massive power of the eye in the sky, right?
Why would we live in a bird's eye? Intelligent beings living in a bird's eye. I don't know. We could be. I'm not saying like right now. I'm just wondering where people got this from.
Well, in a
Like, what if we could
sense,
be in the creator's eye?
Yeah, that's what I believe. The creator's eye. Well, who's to say it's not a bird? Who are we to say who God is in the creator's eye? Right?
None of us truly know
the creator.
Who created all this. The only creator everyone can prove is their mother and father.
Yep. That's right. And so I mean, it's all, it might be supposition to talk about something like that. But I feel like if you follow Adrian's series, that's how I get it anyway. It comes across to me that way.
Yeah. I like Adrian's said about us living on these dead giant animals. That's a strong possibility too. And dead trees that were cut down.
Trees, exactly. Yes. I mean, where's our fertility come from, right? The fertility.
What if that's not the original sun and moon? What if this sun, you know, near the deserts that are all near, if you look, one day look at the map and look where all the deserts are, where they're in between Capricorn and Cancer in the sun's journey. What if this isn't the original sun, and when they fired that bad boy up, it was like a weapon, and that's why everything in between Capricorn and Cancer, you look, that's where probably in the deserts, which means deserted, all that shit's melted. This might not be, this could be a sun created from something they have at the center. Like, you know, who knows what the original sun was.
Exactly, Chuck. Yes.
If this even is an original sun. They're building suns. People can't sit there and say, oh, you know, because my opinion, if we could build it now, you know, it's no different from what's in the sky already. That could be a simulator too.
Well, to me, it's no different to the hybrid being that was a giant. You're a hybrid being, you're a midget. I'm a hybrid being, we're midget. Right? But there are hybrid beings that were giants. There were hybrid beings with one eye. There were hybrid beings with more than one eye. There were hybrid beings with all sorts of limbs. I think everything is a hybrid of the original.
Something happened in this place. Either it could be as simple as them mining it. I think it's that simple to where this place was mined to hell.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at you imagine the dust coming off, the dust particles coming off that big excavator. machine that you show, you know, that excavates mines
That
out.
could have blacked the sun
land.
out when they started doing that to the Earth. But then, if the giants were doing it, like you said, there'd be dust so much it would black out the sun. That could be the truth.
Yeah.
You know, not a volcano.
Exactly, Chuck.
Damn, that's a good thought. Now it's got me thinking more. Like, and I smoked some herbs, so now I'm triple
Good on
thinking.
you,
But
bro. Lucky for you. I ain't got any at
why
the
you
moment.
ran
But
out?
yeah, ran out at the moment.
Sucks.
But it's all good. It's all good. We can handle. We're not gonna die.
Because I mean, I brought up the other day. I was kind of joking, but it's a good question to ask. Where did these titans take a shit? Right? If they ate all this stuff, people, and they had to take a shit, where were they shitting? Right? Where were they peeing?
Yeah.
Our piss is salty. The ocean's salty. You know, people laugh at things like that, but if we're talking titans, you know, they went to the bathroom obviously if they were eating. So it has to. It might sound stupid and funny, but I think about things like that.
Yeah, so where was their latrine, right?
This world, this place, we don't even know where we are. I don't. None of like to be honest and truthful. None of us know where we are. None of us truly know what the sun or the moon is, and that fires me up because I feel like I was kidnapped and put somewhere, and I'm trying to figure out where I am and who I am.
Adrian and I have talked about that before. I feel like I've been kidnapped and put here, right? I feel like, and I've talked to you, bro. I feel like I have been kidnapped and placed here. I mean, when I was a child, I used to say to my friends, I think the bloody aliens went past and dropped me off on the way past. You know, kicked me out the bloody alien bloody air chute and said, "Nah, you're going to stay there. It's your bloody lot, mate." You know, and they dropped me off on the way past. And
Peace.
I don't know. You know, who's that?
No, I just want to say peace to Candy and Joe King. They're in the chat. And Naga. And Mind's Eye.
Hey, Naga. Hey, Candy.
And Flat Earth Nation.
Hey, Joe. Mind's Eye. Naga. Candy. Who else did you say? Joe King.
Flat Earth Nation's there too.
Flat Earth Nation. Hey, bro. Hey, guys and girls. How are you all? I've had a bloody rough time in the late. I've had a bad back, but it's coming right.
You don't take Advil or nothing?
No, I take nothing, bro. Bit of Panadol now and again if it gets too bad, but I don't believe in pills. I try and do it myself.
Ever since I learned what I learned about them and what they're made out of, and it's like, man, these people get away with it all, man. I can't get away with stealing gum. These motherfuckers get away with slaughters of all sorts. We're like guinea pigs, you know. Yep. We're like, not only if they're, I look at the Titans as, the Titans had us as pets in like an ant farm and shit. Like we look at ants and animals, the pets smaller than us, so they did the same. And that's where we are. We're in a fucking prison, no matter how you look at it. A prison within the prison within the prison. Or shall I say prism?
definitely looking at this world this as a crater, or it has helped me a lot to come to terms with there being more land outside of our Antarctica. You know, if we didn't have the Antarctic wall of ice, this place wouldn't be a crater. The bloody water would flow out of the damn thing, right? I mean, we wouldn't get convection. You know, convection is when water evaporates on the ocean and goes up through the atmosphere, and it gets to a point where it becomes water again through electro frequencies. Becomes water again and runs down on this part of the earth. Why, if our crater was even bigger, why doesn't the water land outside of it? It only lands on the inside.
That's a good point. Huh. They say there's waters above. And if there's a vortex at the center, water could probably keep recycling itself, like, you know, like one of those things people have in their yard. It'll recycle the water from, you know, it pumps it up and it'll come back like a cycle. I wonder how true the water above is.
Not sure.
Maybe. And I think about that too, because if they were able to sail out of here, even though there's stories of them sailing out, and then there's stories of people in submarines going outside the realm. How true they are, I have no clue.
I don't know any more on that one either, Chuck. Because of the reason of precipitation. I just can't see how our water evaporates, goes up into the sky, and then gets rained back down only in this side, inside our circle. We're on Antarctica at the most. But I don't see it going anywhere outside. If it was going outside, that means there's more precipitation being evaporated outside as well. Right?
Yeah.
And if it was outside, that means there has to be an even bigger sun somewhere else, right?
Pandora. I keep hearing my voice twice.
Oh, you're right. You're coming through us once over here. All good, bro. I'm actually lying on the floor at the moment, on the concrete, on a concrete floor.
And your back hurts that bad?
Yeah, bro.
That ain't good.
Yeah, it's the only way to relieve it, bro. I tell you.
My grandfather slept on the floor.
Haven't been able to go to work or nothing. Oh, it's tough. But anyway, I'm not going to let the bastard beat me.
I think we're always trying to defeat ourselves or beat ourselves, challenge ourselves.
We have to, Chuck. We have to. If we don't, we're gonna fold and become a miserable unit.
True. you know, why do we put up with all this shit? We just, as people, put up with it and continue to go along with it. I guess
got
it's
caught in
easier to just do that than stand your ground and fight.
I've got caught in about bloody 16, 17 days. I've got to go up to court. I did a runner, bro. The cops got me for speeding, and I didn't stop. I did a runner.
Dense identity. Density.
Did you hear me, Chuck?
Yeah.
Did you hear me, Chuck?
Yeah.
Yes, I did a runner, bro. I got caught. I went to court, and they asked me what the story was. I said, I want to see video footage of my dangerous driving, because they told me I was dangerous driving.
Yeah, always. They try to in court do something to me, and they were like, "We got footage," and I said, you know, they continued the case because I said, "Well, then get the footage." And they continued it, and when I went back, they threw it out. So all along, they were trying to call my bluff.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't do nothing anyway, so even if they would have had the tape, the same result would have happened.
Well, they would have shown that they would have shown the results, and then they'd have to have whether their words were true, right?
Shout out to Solama, she came in too.
That's what I'm to the point where, are their words true? I want to know if their words are true. The judge gave me the last time I talked to the judge said that, because I asked for, is it possible to get get video footage of this so-called dangerous driving? And she said, okay, yes. So we're asking for video footage. So far, they haven't been able to send me any. Anyway, I'll go back to court and we'll see what they say. I'm not some scared little bloody 16-year-old in a courtroom, bro. You there, Chuck?
Man, yeah. I was thinking about my times in court. Holy fuck. So many times. I hate court.
I don't like it either, bro, but I'm not scared of the buggers. They're only bloody people. We don't have to be scared of them.
Look at this picture. Oh, you're laying down.
Hang on. I'll get up. It's all right. I'll get up.
It's a 7-pointed star with the 6 points in the center with the Ouroboros. I just noticed the Ouroboros in it. Holy shit. And it looks like Aries is at the top. What planet would that be? Mars? No. Huh.
I'll need to get a bloody picture worked out for Maureen's bloody StreamYard.
I like how it got the cloud. The cloud for a like a halo or a
yeah. To me, it almost looks hexagonal, right?
yeah, there's 7. It's got the Ouroboros wrapped around the 6 points with the 7. The 7 stars, and something else. 7. I
But
will
if you ever
be
look at that
what I
cloud
will
itself,
be. I will be.
if you ever look at that cloud itself, Chuck, it even appears to have set 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe even 5 sides. Hmm.
It says, what the hell? It says order, force. Can't read. Can't see. Shit. Sensation. I can't read that. Oh,
You got power,
confusion.
power, riches, wisdom, strength, honor, glory, blessings. And then it's got power, force, discrimination, riches, order, wisdom, cohesion, strength, experimentation, it looks like. Honor. No, is that right? Oh, fermentation. Honor.
I don't know if that's the 7
Transmutation.
virtues.
Glory.
Jewish people, uh, their religion
Sensation.
is
Blessings.
strict.
Mm. Mm.
Their religion is strict. This is a funny picture. You got the 7-headed beast. You got the devil. You got, I wonder if that's Michael the angel. It's got yellow and blue on.
Yeah,
With the
I'd say so.
key. This guy got a sword in his mouth.
To me, it's like, yeah, I see that. To me, the whole thing is like it's like that verse in the Bible where it says you need to be tempered by fire, right?
Purified. Burn you up. Back
Yeah,
from where we
purified.
started.
Yeah.
Oh, that would stink. A burnt body? Oh my god. An old rotting bloated body probably. Oh my god. I've read stories where people would clean apartments out in New York and people would be dead in there for fucking months sometimes. And one guy, the guy died in a chair. He was like 300 pounds and they went to pick him up and his skin just came off. It stunk. Oh my god, dude. I would have got a fucking, what do you call them? Forklifts.
Yeah.
Look at this symbol I found. Now, if I'm correct, this is the symbol that had to do with voodoo. But it's the 2 serpents with the pole. It's got the 7 original stars up at the top, which spin around the pole. I don't know what the other 6 things are, but maybe to show the light coming off the serpents, the energy. I don't know, but yeah, I think this is a voodoo symbol.
Mm.
Now, my favorite type of pictures.
I liked how Divergent showed that he's got another video coming out, came out where he's got these big castles as being some of the mountains that we see, right?
Yeah,
And melted buildings.
I agree. Yep.
I'm almost tempted to try and see if I can find the books that by the Vibes of Cosmos and see if I can get hold of them.
Yeah, I think he has digital copies, but they might be sold out.
Right.
There's a lot of these houses like this on the East Coast with that type of dome. Even in Hartford and everywhere, in Connecticut. Hold on.
Well, Divergent often says, if you want to find the information, go to
Oh, now this place is a courthouse in Winnipeg, Canada. This is a beauty. Mother effing beauty. And these things were everywhere. All over the world. Especially the United States. Like every state probably had like 5 of these things. More. We think some are factories and shit.
but now.
Huh?
I think I'm going to drop out soon, bro. If I disappear, you'll know why. I'm down on fucking half.
Yeah, when you drop out, I'm probably gonna drop out.
Anyway, thanks very much
man.
for hooking in with me. Really appreciate you, bro. Oh, Lonnie was talking about Lonnie was talking last time I talked to you. I think he was digging a ditch and he was saying he might buy me a tablet or a bloody phone. Which one do you want? Well, no point in buying a phone because the bloody we have different SIM cards over here, so I'd never be able to hook into it.
Huh, I never thought of that. Holy shit. You would have to order it from somewhere in your country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this place. I
It
mean,
might be all right with a tablet. Might be all right with a tablet, but won't be any good with a phone. Even Australian phones don't work well over here unless you uh, set them up to be in both countries at the same time. It's fucking they make it fucking hard for you, man.
this place is, oh my God, look at these places. That's 3 in a row of just huge. I
Just
like
rolling
this.
me a bloody homegrown cigarette.
What's that? Homegrown. You grew your own tobacco?
No, grow my own tobacco, bro.
Why not? I would. Look at this building. What if this is your house? I would rent out rooms for the homeless.
Fuck,
Charge
I
them
would
like
too,
10
bro.
bucks.
I wouldn't
10
even
bucks.
charge them. I'd say, right, if you're gonna eat here, you got to do the work
Oh,
here.
fuck
Right?
that. At least 10 bucks.
No,
Trust me.
I'd say,
Homeless
right, if
people
you're
get
gonna
money.
eat,
Don't let them
if you're
fool
gonna
you.
if you're gonna eat and sleep here, you got to do some work. You got to
Definitely.
earn your bloody keep. Yeah.
Homeless people get bread. Don't let them fool you. I talked to a few people down there, and I ask them, I say, how do you eat? If they don't steal it, they panhandle or they get side jobs. Man, my worst fear is, because I was homeless in the wintertime, and it gets cold. It's no joke at night.
Fuck. Mm.
Fucking die over here. New York
Fucking
City,
hell.
at least you could go on the subway. That's where I would be, underground where it's warm.
Underground's the only place that you can escape the cold, right?
Yeah. They say the farther you dig, the colder it gets. I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know if I believe it either, Chuck.
Indiana.
I
This
think
is
it
in Indiana.
Okay.
The entrance looks like it's buried somewhat. Maybe it's not. What is this? This one. Oh, it's the
Well, for
same
me,
fucking place.
any of these
Yeah,
buildings that are buried, bro, it's all liquefaction for me. It happened in an earthquake and there were a lot of rain, right?
Yeah, look at this one. To me, the archway, it looks to be covered. Look at on the side there. I could be bugging.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the angle.
But there's lots and lots of pictures we have. I've got them in my photo collection. I know more. You've probably got many of them, where you only got half a window showing downstairs, and it's in the basement.
Man. They rather knock these down and build monstrosities. It's trash to me. A brick house or anything made with limestone or brick or granite, especially granite. If you got granite floors and nice cherry wood and shit, like, dude, you could fix that up, these old houses.
Yeah.
Definitely get lead paint. You want lead paint to keep the microwaves out of your house. You know, they made everyone get rid of lead paint, and now people are finding out that lead paint Obviously, it's bad if you eat it. You're eating fucking lead paint. What do you think's gonna happen? It ain't giving you minerals and protein. Like, oh, if you eat lead paint, it'll kill you. Yeah, it's lead paint. It's on an apple. Fucking people, man.
Of course it's going to make you sick. Yeah.
Yeah, lead paint. Oh, I wonder how they found out lead paint blocks out like signals and shit. It's crazy.
Well, it just makes me wonder if all those old buildings had lead roofs, right?
Look at this bridge. I'm going to show you the I think it's a 7-mile bridge in Florida, Key West to something. So it goes over the ocean. Shit you not.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. Goes over the ocean.
Fucking phenomenal. Yeah.
Let me see. Here's the route the train takes. There's also a train too that comes out there. And it goes all the way to the tip there. That's crazy. From Key Largo all the way to Key West. 7-mile bridge.
That's amazing.
Level. Yeah, level as ever. No curvature. You could see for miles. You probably could see from that tip of Florida on a calm day. You could probably fly up in the air. Probably see the end of Texas.
Fucking amazing.
I don't know if this is the bridge, but it is amazing, Dean.
7 bloody miles. 7 miles. Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
One bridge.
Here's the train bridge that goes to 7. It's a black and white picture, but it was the best one to show it right out of your perspective. That fucking thing goes. But
yep.
And this is the actual
so
bridge.
One's a train.
Man.
One's a train and one's a rail. Yep.
Yeah. Damn, as far as the eye can see, level. Look at this. This is the inside of one of them castles. Oh, what the hell? Put it back.
Look at the ornate work in there. Wow.
It's immaculate.
Tunnels for miles under our earth.
I like looking at old boats and everything looks like that it was built so much better compared to today's lazy world.
That's how I feel.
This is a boat. This is a boat that carries trains over instead of cars. This carries the trains over the water. That's fucking awesome. It's
just
got
like,
3 trains on it now.
Just like modern ferries today. Yeah.
Yep. It's a train ferry. I mean, look at these places. It's actual architecture with angles and just leaves you in awe. It's something to look at. Unlike even skyscrapers don't leave me in awe. They're just a tall building with windows, a tall rectangle with windows slapped on it. There's nothing fancy like this building. This even has, they were using some sort of free energy because it has the somatics on the building, the symbols, the tree of life, it looks like. I think this is a picture of a train going over to Key West. I might be wrong. Damn, they even got electric poles going over the water. Huh.
Yeah.
The Key West extension. Wow, so these are all the little cities. It looks small, that strip, but there's fucking towns on these all along. Wow.
Every island it goes through.
I think this picture is old. I mean, you could tell by the engine. This is the 1890s, I think, or something. It's Key West. It's that train.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's between 1890, maybe 1880 and 1910. This picture, I forgot what year.
It's a steam train now, isn't it?
I think so.
Mm.
Steam trains could run for quite a while. And it's running on water, no?
Yeah. I mean, look at the boxcar behind the engine. That usually has all the wood in it to fire up the steam, right? But really, they would have had a water tank and a compartment for the wood.
Oh shit,
And there's the
it
fuel.
does. I didn't notice that. Right behind the engine, there's a small box car, and then the rest are passenger carts. Oh shit, it does. Even here.
Yep.
Shitty picture. I think this is when they were building it or repairing it. What the hell? Maybe they built the road first. Or maybe, I don't know what's going on here, but they're building something. Shitty picture.
A lot of these, I feel, these old rail systems existed long before we came along.
I bet you they did. Oh
Now,
yeah.
Divergence, 150 years we've been in this reset.
Look at
I
this
don't
shit.
know how long a silicon tree would have taken to grow. I mean,
It says,
we consider.
I just want to say, look, Dean, on this ticket, it says from Babylon to New York. Yeah, from Brooklyn to Babylon at the end. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I wanted you to see that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, Phil, amongst us, our predators, is the first one to show me America as the original Babylon, and that even there are many references in the Bible that coincide with references in America that tell me that it all started in the Americas, right?
This guy Hollywaird's dropping some good stuff in the chat. $60 minutes in an hour, 60 seconds in a minute. Oh yeah, Mind's Eye was talking about the Addams family. Where is this? Okay, so this is Long Island. This is across from where I'm at. I think Connecticut.
So what state is Connecticut?
What state? Connecticut.
Connecticut is the state. So what is it near? Is it in California?
No, California's the state.
Okay, that's a state.
That's on
too.
the whole other. California's on the Pacific coast. Connecticut's on the Atlantic coast.
Okay. So right now, okay. Now I'm with you. Right now, I know we.
Yeah, I'm like
Right.
next to Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New York City, and that's it.
So New York City is not New York State, is it?
Yeah, it's in New York State, but New York City doesn't. When I think of New York, I think of New York City. I don't think about the rest of the state, to be honest.
Right. Okay.
I don't. But New York is huge. Upstate New York is beautiful. That's where all the rich people living, and some live in Greenwich, and I don't know why. Greenwich, I don't know. Greenwich, fuck Greenwich. It sounds like Greenwich Grouch. Peace, Alchemos 83. These are all the things that they put into the lawn, allegedly. What if these were done with like some sort of frequency machine, right? Not no aliens did that.
Because I was looking how some of them bend. They bend the corn. These could have been done with like a frequency machine. These are crazy shapes. Alright, I'm out, everyone. I just felt like going live for a little while. Peace, Dom. Yeah, I see the comments. Holly Weird. That was some good stuff. It made me think. I don't ever really look at it like that. And there's 66 books in the King James Bible. 12 hours. It's 24. A lot of stuff revolving around the 6. Alright, Flat Earth Nation. I'm going to check it out. Hold on. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up. I'm going to check it out. I just pulled it up. Have a good night, everyone, and I'm out.